I know you're about to say yes to that dude, to that guy, to that handsome bobo. But wait, hold up. Before you say yes to him to become his wife for a lifetime forever, because that's what it's about, I have 10 points, 10 things for you to look out for before you say yes to that guy. Hello, empowered, enlightened, educated, and inspired people. I am Esther Chinedu Udechukwu. So you are welcome to Esther's Moments. Here we'll talk about relationship, sex, and marriage. And so you're welcome to today's episode. So before we go on, please do like, share, subscribe, and follow. Yes, there are more content coming up on this platform. Please share to your friends, share to your families, and don't forget to share to your So you're welcome to today's episode. So today we're talking about 10 things that you need to look out for before you say yes to that guy, even if he comes out with a public proposal, because that one didn't really follow like that. You understand what I'm saying? So the first thing that you should look out for is that, is he a mommy's boy? Those people that you go out with them, you can't even have a clear conversation with them. I want to speak to my mommy. I want to call what did you say? Okay, I'll just ask my mommy. See, I read something recently on social media and it really broke my heart. This lady was actually writing. So she said her in-laws came to see her. Her in-laws, that's her mother-in-law and her sister-in-law. They came to the house to see her. So they went into her room. They slept on the bed with her own husband. Then she now slept in the children's room. I said, where am I? She slept in the children's room. Her husband, her husband's mother, her husband's sister, they now slept on the bed. Whereas she, the wife, slept in the children's room with the children. I'm like, how did you get here as a person? Yes, you have to honor your parents, obey them in the Lord and all of that. Yes, scripture talks about that. But there is the place for that. You need to set boundaries. You need to be with someone who is setting boundaries. They know when to call their mom, when to take counsel from their parents, and they know when to also stand their grounds and also make decisions. Those people who would always ask their mom for everything. That you even want to make love to your husband, they would say, oh God, today, I don't know, my wife is on her period. I don't know if I should. So all those kind of people, you have to run from them. They are those kind of men in marriages. And honestly, it won't make your marriage to soar. You will not enjoy that kind of home. So you need to run away from mommy's boys. Okay, the second set of people that you should run away from are people who cannot defend you. You just met someone you want to marry. You met his sister or someone close to them. They just put you in front of the person and the person is saying something, or maybe they take you to their parents' houses and their parents are asking questions. They'll just leave you in the midst so that you'll be torn by lions. And no, anybody who cannot defend you, who cannot speak up for you, who cannot stand for you, who cannot say, no, that's embarrassment of my wife to be. Please run away from them, because in every situation, in every family battle, wherever you are, they will always throw you in front of the heat. And I've learned something in marriage, that you don't need to face out with your in-laws. Yes, if there's an issue, there's a conversation that has to be had. Let your spouse go and have it with his people. Then you will have your conversation with your own people. Because there are some things they will take from their son, they will not really take from you as a lady. They were like, who is this one? Where's she from? Who raised her? Do you understand? But when they face out with their son will tell them this, that, and they will take it. They will not even take it harshly. They will just take it so well. So you need to run away from people or from a man who cannot defend you. And the third person, or the third kind of thing you have to look out for, you run away from people who are stingy. And I'm not saying that he should come and buy you an airplane, no, or he should buy you a car. Well, if you can afford it, I'm not saying, but he should. But he should be able to get you just little gifts once in a while. It's your birthday. It's sent you a gift. Not telling you that he's trying to test you whether you are going to be able to stay without money. He's testing you when to know how you're going to abase. You know, when Paul talked about learning to abound and abase and all that. So he's testing you. I recall someone calling me and telling me how the person she's with is stingy. She even told the guy, you are wicked. You the wicked. You are wicked and stingy. Why? She said she actually went to this guy's house. She even cooked with her own money. When she was going, the guy did not even give her money for taxi or money for transportation. I'm like, I hate you. Mataya of our time. Come on. I throw a salute. Because I'm like, how did you go to his house? You now went to his house to cook with your own money. You have tried. And not like he's stingy, or not like he doesn't have money, but he's just stingy. He's saying to you that he wants to taste you, and you are there saying that, yes, he has a lot of resources, but I'm just trying to manage and all that. Please run away from this kind of people. He should be able to show you some level of commitment and love. Love gives. That's what love is about. Do you understand? Okay, so the 4 points you have to look out for people who are freelance Christian. They will tell you that they don't have a church. They don't believe in churches. They believe in God. They serve God. Please, auntie, take off your 6-inch heel and run for your life. A freelance Christian, he doesn't have a church. They will just say they believe in God. They'll say, oh, I can attend that program. I can watch online. No, please run away from those kind of people. Because you cannot say that you love a man and you don't love his wife. I mean, if you love God, the ecclesia, the church, is the bride of God. And so if you love God, you will love the bride. If you love a man, you will love his wife. If you love a man and you don't love his wife, hello, you do not love the man. So you must, if you love God, that love will be expressed by you showing commitment to his church. You have to look for a Bible-believing church. So if you have someone you're with and he's a freelance Christian, it does not tell you that, no, why are you in that church? You're just a good person. You're just morally okay. No. Please run. I know of someone who met a guy, and this guy says he doesn't have a church. He just worships online. He reads his Bible and all that. And the next thing, he told the ladies to stop going to church, stop paying tithes, stop paying offering. You see this conversation, you need to have it. You need to have it because it's going to affect your relationship. You need to have this kind of conversation, what their thoughts are on this Bible-believing systems, if they believe it. So run from someone who is a freelance Christian. That's why the guy told her to leave church or stop paying tithes, stop paying offering, that they should be giving to the poor on the streets and all that. And you know, that kind of thing depreciated her commitment to God at the time. It was even after she got married, she started regretting some conversations she would have had with her counselor and with her parents, telling them what the guy has already said to her earlier. So run away from a freelance Christian. Don't be with somebody who says that they don't want to go to church, they just believe in God. Hello, run. That's a lie. The fifth point is that you have to run away from someone who has a judgmental spirit. Very critical, always judging people, never sees anything good in anyone. Please run. Because people who judge people, the same measure that they used to judge people will be met onto them. I recall reading one of the books that changed me a long time, The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. She talked about how she was judging a woman. She was actually teaching this woman. I think she was a new convert at the time in their ministry. So the woman came to their church and she was, taking her in Bible study and all of that. So she got pregnant, and some days she wouldn't come because she's not so strong. Pregnancy is different for different people. And so she just kept on telling the lady, why are you always, you're lazy and all that. She said some things to the lady and all of that. And at this time, Joyce Meyer already had 3 children. And she said in those 3 pregnancies, she was up and doing, like she was so strong. And there are women who have that kind of strength, and that's so good. But please don't judge another woman if she doesn't come with that strength. And so she said she so judged that she was so critical of her at that moment. She said by the time she got pregnant for her 4th child, she could barely raise her hand. She was always lying down on a couch. Why? One day she was praying and the Holy Spirit said to her, the moment you criticize that other woman who was pregnant in your ministry when she was pregnant, she said she was always saying she's weak. She's the first person to get pregnant. That spirit entered into you. So anybody who criticizes and judges people, the thing that they criticize enters into them. And if you marry them, it comes into you. Because if you are joined with someone, you are one with the person. So run away from people who are judgmental. They never see anything good. They never praise people. They never, see the things that people try to do and improve on. They always criticize. They always judge. They always sing. They have a very critical spirit. You need to run from that, and so that you don't get in contact with those negative spirit that doesn't affect you. So please run away from such a person. And so the 6th kind of person that you need to run away from, the person who cuts you off from everyone. You just met him and he says he wants to marry you, and you guys are beginning to talk, and he tells you, why are you talking to this person? Why are you talking to your counselor? Why are you talking to your pastor? Why are you talking to your mother? Why are you talking to your sister? Cuts you off from the people that matters to you, and you know that those people are really not giving you bad counsels and all of that. Please run away from the person, because that's what the enemy tries to. When the devil wants to destroy the person, you are first isolated from the people who can bring you out or help you. So run away from the person who cuts you off from everybody that matters to you. They cut you off from everything that gives you joy. They cut you off from every place that you know that you have been that has profited you. They cut off the flow. They say, don't go there. Hey, why are you going there? Why are you with that friend? No, I see you guys are laughing a lot. You guys are playing. Please run away from people who cut you off from people. Because if you don't, they will also cut you off from the face of the earth. It's not hard. When they've cut you off from your family, cut you off from your church, cut you off from your friends, cut you off from people that love you, the last one is to cut you off from the face of the earth. And we have seen men that have cut women short and you do not want to be that kind of person. So please, before you say yes, please look out for those kind of people. This lady, she's so talented, super, super gifted. By the time she met this guy, the guy will tell her, this kind of place, you don't have to go there. This kind of place, you don't have to go there. In fact, there was even a time the guy said to her, because the lady sings, I want to learn how to play the keyboard. This guy was about 30 at the time. He said he wants to learn how to play the keyboard, so he'll be the one playing the keyboard for when she's singing. After a while, she noticed that this thing is not normal. It's just way beyond normal. So she had to run. That was how she saved herself, because I know that if she was there, she would have been in a big mess. So please run away from people who cut you off from people and places that matter to you. 7th kind of person you need to run away from is this kind of person who doesn't want to have conversation. You have an issue. Okay, let's have a conversation on this thing. Let's talk about this thing. The person just keeps giving you excuses. No, let's not talk about it right now. That's not important. But it's important to you. You know it is doing you somehow, but it's telling you, let's not have the conversation. Hello, please, you have to talk about it. Even scripture talked about the fact that when someone offends you, you need to call them. So if the person is running away from conversations, hard conversation, you ask the person conversations like, so what are you doing right now? And the person says, don't worry, we'll talk about that later. I mean, the other time you got a job, why did you leave the job? The person says, it doesn't matter. You'll be confused. Please, if you're not confused, please be confused with that kind of statement. And when you're confused, immediately let clarity flood your path so that you begin to ask the right questions. Why is this thing happening? Always learn to pick patterns over potentials, because if you just ignore the patterns, it means that you're looking at what the person could become, but this person is showing what they are. Do you understand? They are showing you their identity. You can see it, because patterns are also deeply rooted in identity. They are showing you who they are, but you are saying you're not trying to. They are saying don't have the conversation. You don't have the conversation. Please have those hard conversations. Anybody who runs away from conversations on subjects that matter to you, that matter to your value system and your belief system, please run away from them. If they do not want to have conversations on why they are with this person, or why you saw them with this person, or what happened there, if they are not accountable and they're not setting boundaries, they don't want to have conversation, please do take off your heels and run for your future, run for your life. It's not about now. Marriage is about tomorrow. It's not about wearing the dress. It's not about doing the hair. It's not about the party. It's not about the guests. It's not about the gifts that you get. It's about the life that you live after saying, yes, I do. And so you want to say, yes, I do to the right guy. All right. So please run away from someone who doesn't want to have conversations, hard conversations, please, because you need to have them. So the next point, the 8th point, is that you need to run away from someone who doesn't want you to fly high. So I recall once I was on 400 level. So I have this bestie, this friend. And so, you know those things we do in campus fellowship now? You'll be receiving brother, receiving sister. Once you're in 400 level, 300 level, they say, who have received you? You have not been received. You too, you now go and receive somebody. You now wait for someone to receive you. We're done, we're done, we're done. All those things we do, we know that it's really not all of them that really end up well. Yes, I know of a president and a sister squad in my time, they were ahead of me in levels. Yes, who finally got married. And I love them till dates. They are doing well. I love them. But they were the only people I remember in my time that have married, that were cutting from school, and they finally got married. So all those things that we do in campus fellowship, I'm big on campus fellowship movements. I'm big on it. But you see all those other things that we do after studying and praying, you now want to receive somebody, please, you have to hear from God. So this lady now, she's in front of level at the time, doing a course, a 6-year course, and I was doing a 4-year course, but we were very close friends and all that. And so she met this guy. Of course, this brother has received her and all of that. So one day, this guy was trying to reach her, wasn't able to reach her because she was actually studying. She reached really hard. She's really, really good. Like her CGPA was over 4.5. Yeah, that's how good she is. Yeah, she is. Not even she will, because she's still that good. And so this guy was looking for her everywhere. And he later found her and said to her, "No, where have you been? I've been looking for you." And my friend says to him, "I've been reading. You know now, I read a lot. I read this amount of time and I don't have lectures and all that." The guy said, "What? You are reading? Me? I'm going to open a supermarket for you, because that's how you're going to be as my wife. I want you to have a supermarket so that you raise our children." The guy was like, No, I want to study for a PhD and all that. You know, telling the guy, they were standing under the sun and saying this thing though. And this guy insisted, he said, "No, this is what I want for my wife." She was all teary. The guy finally took her somewhere to go and eat. So they went to eat. When they got there, they ate, came back. She immediately came to my room. She was still crying. She was like, Esther, look at what this guy said to me. And I said, well, I don't really have too many counselors at the time. My mom is my first counselor. So I said to her, I think you have to go see your mom, have a conversation with your mother. And so she went home that weekend. It was a Friday. She went home to see her mom. She got back on Sunday, came straight to my room and said to me that her mother said that you are, called the name of the profession, called it forth. I said, that's who you are. Nobody's changing that. You are not having no supermarket except God wants you to have it. And that's this, and that's at your own will. But you are going to be this. I know she told the guy that her mom says this to her and that she doesn't want to change that because that's really what she wants to pursue. And so that's how they ended the relationship, because her mother also advised her at the time to end the relationship. Guess what? That was how they ended the relationship. But today, my friend is studying for a PhD. She's married. She has 2 kids and she's doing well. So if the person tells you that you cannot do this thing, you cannot achieve this thing, don't use shawarma. We eating shawarma and forget yourself. Don't be sipping drink and forget yourself. I recall this incident also of a lady who said she was actually going on a date with a guy, and so they were talking. So she received an alert. It was a huge sum, and so she said it to the guy, I just got this amount, this 1.3 million naira and all that. I mean, I did a job and I got this amount. The guy said to her right there, he just said it, that's too much for a lady. And you know what my friend did? She just dropped her drink, said, thank you for hosting me, thank you for having me, and I'm glad I met you in my life, God bless you. She stood up and she left the place. She blocked the guy and she moved on. That was the last time she had a conversation with the guy, because the guy is already telling her that you cannot fly. You cannot fly. So you cannot be eating shawarma and be going on. We eat some days when you are going on a date. Hello, ma. Do not eat, so that you can be focused. You can see what he's saying to you. Because sometimes the guy is saying something, but you'll be seeing beyond what he's saying. Hello. So you don't want to say yes to somebody who you would not start with without eating. You need to go there sometimes without food, and just so that you can focus and see what the guy is saying. Be what the guy is saying. So it's a powerful thing to do, to also listen to people who do not want you to fly, so that you can make your decisions, take off your heels, and you run. So the 9 point is that you have to run away from people who don't have anyone that they submit to. You ask them, so who can we speak to? Who is like a mentor in your life? Who do you look up to? Who can we speak to now? But I don't have all those mentors that have their own flaws. Mentors that have their own flaws. Please run away from those people. I'm telling you, take off your heels and run. People that don't have anyone that they submit to, they will counter it. They will tell you don't need a mentor. That those ones, they also have mistakes in their lives and all that. They also have errors. They also have shortcomings. If they don't have anybody that they submit to, anyone that they are accountable to, anyone that can call them to order when they are doing something wrong, anyone that can help guide them and all that, please run away from a guy. Do not say yes to someone who doesn't have anyone that they submit to. I'm shouting and raising my voice because I don't want you to make that mistake. The reason why we have so many divorce cases right now is because a lot of people saw the red wrappers, the round billboards. Billboards are not flags. Because flag, you might not know that there's a flag here. You can just drive. But billboard, those big ones, they saw it. They saw the red wrapper. They even used it to make a shwebi. Hey, God, dude. I'm laughing in pidgin because it's gonna happen. So run away from people who don't have anyone that they submit to, because you want to speak to the people that they submit to. So whenever you have problems, because yes, there will be challenges here and there, you want them to be submitted. There should be someone that they not like really fear, but they respect and honor. Yes, apart from their parents, there should be someone that they do. Yes, so if you do pick that point and pay attention to it, I mean, your marital journey will be a lot blissful. So don't say yes to someone who does not submit to anyone here. And so the 10th point is that you run away from someone who doesn't have control over their spirit, who doesn't have what I call self-governance. They can't govern themselves. See, a man who has control over his spirit, his will, his desires, his appetites, his choices, the places where he goes to, a man who has control, who puts those things under control, subjects his flesh under control, is a mighty man indeed. But if this person does not have cannot govern himself, because the first level and stage of leadership is that you can lead yourself. If the person cannot govern his spirit, his emotions, his choices, his appetites, hey, please run away from them. People who get angry easily, who eat anyhow, it's a big deal. who want to just talk to everyone anyhow, anytime, touch everyone anyhow, anytime, who don't have control over their motives and their intentions and their interactions. Please run away. Everyone must have, you must have some level of government and civilization, order in your life. Come on. You must have some level of order in your life. So anyone who doesn't have some level of order, doesn't have governance, cannot govern their spirit, their choices, their speeches, please do run away from them, because that level of non-governance, they will push it to you. They will not be able to lead you right. In fact, you'll just be in a vehicle, because marriage is like a vehicle, like being in a vehicle, and your husband is like the driver. So that kind of person that doesn't have that self-governance skill, you just get it in the vehicle, the car, he will just start the car. He will not put his hand on the steering. The car will just be moving, and it can lead you anywhere. Of course, when you're not controlling that, it's an accident. It's an accident going somewhere to happen. So you see this thing. So you need someone who can govern his spirit. I want to give you the last point, and it's a bonus. So it's the 11th point. You know, I began with running away from mommy's boy. So now I also want to balance that up. Run away from people who don't honor their mother and their sisters. You'll be having conversations with them. They will tell you that, I beat my sister yesterday. If you see what she told me, just give her a dirty slap. Hello, ma. They will beat you. So run away from people who do not honor their parents, not honor the women in their lives. Because they must start by honoring the people that they already are with before they can extend that honor. Because it's who they are at every point in life. Do you understand? If someone is kind here, they'll extend that kindness to every face or everyone that they meet. So it has to be their posture. It has to be their response. It has to be who they are. So make sure you run away from someone who does not honor his mother and honor his sisters, the women that are around him. I hope that with this point that I have raised, you are going to decide right now to make that good choice. You go back to your negotiation table and look at your board again and say to yourself, these things, this guy has them. I can't sit here. We have to talk about this thing. And I'm not saying you should cancel people. I know we do not practice cancel culture in church, but I'm just saying that if you give them time to change and they are not willing to change, please do not make a decision with them, even if they come with a public proposal, because your marriage, you're not going to be living your life on the streets of wherever you are, streets of the city where you live in. You're going to be living your real life inside the house. And so the person who the person is what they will show you inside the house. So leave public proposal and focus on who the person really is, the identity, the core of who they are. With that way, you'll be able to make the right choice. So please, before you say yes, take note of this point so that you will not make a marital mistake. So God bless you. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like, share, and follow me, because more content are coming. So till I see you next time, be good, be godly, and be gracious. I am Esther Chinedu Dechku. I love you. It's Esther's moment. Thank you.